In today's video, I am going to walk you through the best settings for your live streaming to YouTube via OBS. Let's get right into it. In case you have watched my settings for recording, I explain all this as well, okay? So if you miss it, you need to go and check it. I refer scene as a soup, okay? Then I refer source as the ingredient inside the soup. Then this is the audio mixer, okay, and these are the scenes to be able to change each scene to which scene that we want. So we are going to be the one to choose which of the transition that we want. Then these are all the settings that we are going to choose. We are going to work with, whether it's streaming, recording, virtual camera, or studio mode. So that one, it's us in personally. So I'm now going to the how to set up your the best settings. I'm going to give us the best setting for live streaming with the OBS to YouTube. So I click on these settings. When you click on these settings, it will bring us here. So the settings will bring us here. General, don't touch anything. Appearance, don't do anything. Streaming, this one we have already done it in the introduction part where we connected our YouTube account directly. Okay. So we don't need to do anything here. Then output, that's where we are going. So we are coming to this streaming. This stream is where we are talking about. And make sure this one is not simple. It is, you choose advanced. Advanced is what we are going to use. The audio track is always one. If you are doing simple YouTube like me, okay, you are not bringing multiple different audio. It's not possible. It's only one mic that we are bringing in. So we only choose only one. Then this audio encoder, make sure this AAC, that is the recommendation, okay? See, that is the recommendation from YouTube. This recommendation is what YouTube recommend, AAC, as we can see, okay? Make sure it is AAC, don't change it, okay? So we come to the video encoder. This video encoder, if you are using Mac, make sure you choose hardware. Anything one that you are using, make sure you choose the hardware. Don't choose the software. Make sure you choose the hardware, okay? And if you don't have all these options, the only simple option you need to choose is this X264, okay? If in case you don't have all this, but if you have this, it's more to use this, and that is what I am using for my video encoder. So rescale, leave it in disable, and then 1920 by 1080p. Make sure it is like that, because it is so easy with even people that are watching you on the on telephone will be able to see what you are doing. So it is the best setting. So leave it like that. So don't change it. This audio, we have to talk about audio. So before we talk about this encoder, I come to my audio. Make sure your audio is 128. That is the recommendation of YouTube, okay? Make sure your audio bitrate is set to 128 kilobit per second, okay, for stereo, because we base everything on stereo. This is for streaming, okay? Follow it as I'm saying it. If you follow it, you will not make any mistake. Okay, so make sure it is one. So we set it to 128. We are only using track 1. If you like, you can put only 128, but only track 1 is what is important to us. Okay, so we'll come back to streaming. When we are in streaming now, so we're now talking about encoder settings. This encoder setting, you leave it at CBR. So CBR is what your internet, you are telling your internet. You see, it's different from the recording. CBR is what you are going to use now. Okay, so what do you set this bit rate now? Because it's based on your internet. So what you are going to do is, I will put the link how you are going to check this bit rate, your computer rate, in the description, but I will still show us now. So let's go to the computer and do it now. Just type speed test, it will bring it out for you. Just click on it. So come to our browser, and then I'll put the link in the description below to this place to test how the speed of our computer. I'll put the link in the description. Just when you just come here, just click on go. You wait for it to load. So after it has finished, this is what concerns us here. It's only upload that concerns us. Download does not concern us. So what you are going to do is you are going to copy this. You copy it. You go to another browser where I convert it to know whether my internet is strong or not. So you paste it in this place where it is said from. Once you paste it here, you see I have 41,000 kilobytes, because YouTube work with OBS work with kilobyte and YouTube, and then normally our computer is in megabytes, just for us to be able to know which one we are going to use. Okay, so this is what you need, and then you see that we have even more than enough of what we need. And what does the YouTube recommendation, what did they want? Let's check. So this is the YouTube recommendation, what they want. This is exactly, I'll put the link to this in the description. I said we are streaming at 1080p at 30 frame, 1080p at 30 frame per second. That is what we are streaming at. So in case you are aware, if you are streaming with that, then we'll come to what is our own settings, and we are using 264. You remember that is what we choose here. This here, as you can see, H264. So that is what we choose. Okay, so we'll come back here. This is our own. Then we are streaming at this. Then they want 10 megabytes. That is what YouTube wants. Okay, YouTube wants 10 megabytes, that you must have at least 10 megabytes. That megabyte, that means if you go back here, YouTube wants 10 megabytes. So if you put 10 here, that is 10,240. We have 10,240. That shows that we have more than enough that day. So in case your own is 20, let's say 20, okay, as you see that it's only 10 that they need. Maybe your own is 20. You see, you have more, so you don't need to use everything. All you just need is 10 out of it, which is 10, 20, 240, and you don't even need to use everything. So 6,800 is okay. Okay, that is what I've been using. To stream live in vertical and both horizontal. So okay, I put more than enough that they need. But normally, I don't normally use all the 10, because I want to make sure I maximize, because there are other software in the computer that is also using the internet. So I don't want to give OBS everything. So I will just put minimum is 6,800. Since you have that, then you just put it at 6. I just have 6,800. 6,800 kilobytes and 6,800 in both, for the both. And it has been perfectly working well without lagging. Except if there is an issue with the internet generally. If not, everything has been perfect. You can check on that YouTube that I'm normally live streaming, which is my learn code with Ganny, the one I am teaching French lessons of on driving. That is what I've been using, and it has been perfect. Then you come back to the key frame rate here, which is 2. You leave it at 2. The way it is profile, make sure it is high, and do not check this. Leave it the way it is. But you can decide to check it and try it out. Me, I've not even tried it out, because I've seen ever since I didn't touch it, everything has been perfect. So I don't touch it at all. So after you have done all this, then you come back to your we have done audio already. We don't touch it. I told you that this place is important, because I'm using my audio from in another place. So that's why I'm not adding it. But whenever we want to do streaming from this OBS, I am going to show you how you are going to add your audio. Okay, come to the video. So this base canvas, make sure it's 9020 by 1080. Okay, or you use whatever that you whatever your own monitor. Maybe your monitor is 4K, you can put it in 4K, but my own monitor is 1920 by 1080, so I leave it at 1920 by 1080. So you leave it at what your monitor is. Then the output, I make sure is the same thing with the base canvas. I don't change it. So this FPS, make sure it's 30 if you are going to do edge talk like the way I am doing it. Okay, and if you're going to be doing gaming, you can change it to 60 here. Okay, but for me, I'm going to leave it at 30. I'm not going to touch it. Then I don't do anything here. Accessibility, I don't touch it. The advanced, make sure it is set the way I set it. Don't touch anything here. Everything is perfect. It's just leave it the way it is. Okay, so what you do after you come down here, you click on this apply here. Once you click at the apply, then you come here and click OK. So once you have clicked OK, then you now come here. If you want to start live streaming, which we are not going to do today, to be in another video, but just to give us a background of it, then we'll come to this manage broadcast that is here. Then to give you where you are going to set, you put your title, you put a description, whether public or unlisted or private, you choose it here. Or you put whether it's gaming, education, you put the category as well. Then you choose, make sure it is no, it is not for kids. Choose your thumbnail, and then okay, So then you can schedule it if you want. You can immediately, maybe that is, just leave it like that, okay? Then you click on create broadcast. We'll come back to that later. Then after you have done all this, then you click on start streaming, okay? Or you go to YouTube. You will even eventually see YouTube settings here, okay? Also, and then you'll be able to start streaming immediately. Okay, so that is how to set up your live streaming settings without no lagging. You will not have no lagging or anything while you are streaming, except if your internet has issue alone. But if it is settings for recording, you don't want to live stream, you want to record, this is not the settings that you are going to use. You are going to watch the next video that will be on your screen to do that settings very well. My name still remains Ganny, and this is Grow with Ganny. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn your notification bell. In case I drop new video, you'll be the first to be notified. I will see you in my next video. Bye.